What we're going to do today is add and subtract like terms. To understand like terms, let's look at them geometrically. A number would be a 1 by a 1. 1 by 1 is 1. An x would be something that has a length of 1 and a length of x. 1 times x is x, or 1x. X squared is a length of x times a length of x, and that's how we get x squared. Now, when we're visually looking at these, we notice that they're all different. That tells us that we can't add a number with an x, and we can't add an x with an x squared because they're not the same shape. Whereas we could add two ones together because they're two ones. So that means that 1 plus 1 equals 1. But we can't go 1 plus x equals 2. Obviously, the one right above is 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus x is not 2, it just is 1x. They don't combine. We have one square and an x. The other thing that we need to know when we're adding and subtracting like terms is zero property. What zero property states is a number or a letter and its opposite always add up to 0. So that means 1 plus negative 1 is 0, and x plus negative x is 0, and x squared plus negative x squared is 0. So now we're ready to combine like terms. We're going to first look at adding, and then we're going to look at subtracting. So with this first one, what we have is an x and a 2x. If we don't see a number in the front, we know that it's 1, so that would be 3x. Then what we do is we look at the constant values, negative 2 and positive 5. That right there gives us a positive 3. Looking at letter B, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the x's. They don't always have to be in order. So here we have 2x, here we have negative 3x. That gives us negative x. Next, what we have is a 5 and a 2, and that adds up to 7. With letter C, we're going to combine the x squareds, and that gives us 2x squared. Then what we're going to do is we're going to combine the x's. 1x, negative 2x, adds up to negative x. And then what we have is the negative 3 and the negative 4. That adds up to negative 7, or minus 7. That's how we're going to add. Now subtracting. When we have subtracting, what we want to do is distribute the negative to each of the terms. So we have x plus 6 minus 3x minus 1. So we're going to add the like terms. X and negative 3x is negative 2x. Then we're going to add the 6 and the negative 1, and that gives us positive 5. With the letter E, we distribute the negative to each of the terms. We get 3x plus 5 minus 4 plus 2x. Once again, we're going to add the like terms. 3x, 2x is 5x. We have 5 and negative 4, which is positive 1. With letter F, we have the negative, which we're going to distribute to each of the terms. That gives us negative x squared plus 2x minus 1 minus x squared plus 2x plus 6. So when we combine like terms, we have the negative x squared and the negative x squared. That's negative 2x squared. Then we're looking at the 2x and the 2x. That gives us 4x. And our last one, what we have is the negative 1 and the 6, which gives us positive 5. Now, let's just work with example 2. We're going to do a little bit more practice. It's really good to get good at the adding and subtracting because throughout algebra, we're going to be combining like terms. So when we're looking at example 2, letter A, once again, we add the like terms, and that gives us 6x. Then we take the negative 10 and the positive 5, and that gives us negative 5. For the next one, we have x and negative 7x. That gives us negative 6x. What we have is 5 and negative 9, which gives us negative 4. Looking at letter C, we have 2x squared and x squared, which is 3x squared. Then we have negative x and negative 8, which is negative 9x. And our last one, we have negative 3 and negative 2, which is negative 5. Now we have subtracting again. We're going to distribute the negative to each of the terms. So we have 5x plus 2 minus 13x plus 11. So when we look at our first term, we get negative 8x. Then when we look at our constant value, we have 2 and 11, which is 13. Next one, we distribute the negative. We have 4x minus 2 minus 7 plus x. When we add the like terms, we have 5x. When we add the constant values, we have negative 9. For our last one, once again, we're going to distribute the negative to each of the terms. We have 2x squared minus 2x minus 9. We have plus 6x plus 4. Now, if we're looking at it, notice that we only have an x squared, so we just bring it down, 2x squared. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the x's, and we see that we have 4x. And then what we have is the negative 9 and 4, which gives us negative 5.